Millions and millions of people eat at fast food restaurants worldwide each and every day. The industry is going super strong and there are no signs of it declining in popularity. Many of the popular chains are successful for numerous reasons. In today's video, we will take a look at some of the surprising facts about fast food that you never knew. McDonald's originally started selling hot dogs near the Santa Anita racetrack in Arcadia, California in 1937. A few years later, the brothers and owners Richard and Maurice McDonald opened a barbecue restaurant. In 1948, that restaurant was turned into the burger joint that we all know now as McDonald's. The Subway restaurant began in 1965 when a 17-year-old Fred DeLuca got a $1,000 loan from a family friend to start his own business and pay for his college tuition. The first restaurant opened in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and it changed the landscape of the fast food industry forever. McDonald's is certainly famous for its golden arches, but originally they only had one single arch. The very first restaurant location opened in 1940, and in 1968 they added an additional arch to resemble the letter M. There are at least 12 restaurants across the United States that still have one arch. I'm sure you are all familiar with Colonel Sanders, who is best known as the mascot for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Harlan Sanders ran a gas station when he opened his first KFC restaurant in Corbin, Kentucky. In 1930, he opened a small cafe called the Sanders Court and Cafe in the front of his gas station. Before starting Wendy's, Dave Thomas used to work for Colonel Sanders. He managed some KFC franchise locations and he helped change KFC. Dave simplified the menu, came up with the famous red and white striped bucket, and even used the bucket on the marquee signs. Dave also encouraged the Colonel to appear as himself in television commercials. Because of Dave's success, he received partial ownership of some of the locations in Ohio. Dave sold these locations back to Colonel Sanders and then used the money to open his first Wendy's location. The world's largest toy distributor might surprise you. It's not a toy company at all, it's actually a fast food restaurant named McDonald's. 20% of all McDonald's sales involve a Happy Meal, which always features a toy along with their food. Since McDonald's has decided to include more books than toys, they have sold more books to kids than are housed in the Library of Congress. When Burger King decided to expand into Australia, it was faced with a trademark issue. There was already a takeaway food shop there that was named Burger King. So Burger King uses the name Hungry Jack's there. Today, many of us order our food online and we really don't think too much about it. But back in 2002, Papa John's pioneered the concept of ordering pizza online in the United States. Other pizza chains and restaurants soon followed Papa John's successful ordering option. The first Taco Bell restaurant opened in Downey, California in 1962. At that time, all of the food items were sold at just 19 cents each. The menu wasn't as diverse as it is today, but it did feature all the classics such as tacos, burritos, frijoles, and tostados. KFC ads are not exaggerating when they claim that the 11 herbs and spices used to season their chicken are kept a secret recipe. There are 2 separate plants that create half of the mixture, and then a computer does the mixing to ensure that no single location has the full recipe. McDonald's is more difficult to get into than Harvard University. In 2011, Harvard accepted 7% of applicants, while McDonald's accepted just 6.2% of those looking for a job. After Colonel Sanders perfected his chicken recipe, he saw KFC grow into a billion-dollar company. He felt that KFC changed their chicken and gravy recipes to something that didn't meet his standards. He hated it so much that he decided to open a new fried chicken restaurant to compete with KFC called Claudia Sanders Dinner House. No matter where you are in the continental United States, you are never more than 115 miles away from a McDonald's. The only place that is more than 100 miles away is an empty plain in South Dakota. Only one major fast food chain in the United States sells baked potatoes. That restaurant is Wendy's, and they sell more than 1 million baked potatoes per week on average. Arby's has the world record for the longest commercial ever aired. Their 13-hour and 5-minute commercial spot aired in 2014 in Duluth, Minnesota, and is a single shot of a beef brisket being smoked. They wanted to prove to the public how dedicated they were to their brisket sandwich. The desert climate of Southern California doesn't see too much rain, but when they do, Subway has a rainy day special. They will award you with a free 6-inch sub or a hot soup when you purchase a foot-long sub and a 32-ounce drink. When you think of Subway, you probably think of sub sandwiches or footlongs, but did you know that they design clothing? They entered the fashion industry in 2013 with Project Subway. It was a competition for designers to create clothing inspired by the Subway brand. The Voice of McDonald's singing competition gives their workers a chance to compete American Idol style. The winning singers have received $25,000 and other prizes in the past. Did you know that Subway has more than 38 million total possible combinations? So don't feel so bad the next time it's your turn to order and you're having trouble trying to decide. One restaurant's lemonade is so popular that the chain squeezed more than 200 million lemons in 2013. Can you guess who it is? If you said Chick-fil-A, you'd be correct. They are the biggest buyer of sun-kissed lemons. Dave Thomas went back to school to get his GED after some high school kids questioned staying in school because they saw how successful he was without his diploma. He even attended the high school prom with his wife at the age of 61. Before kale became the hottest healthy shopping item in 2013, the largest purchaser was Pizza Hut. They didn't use the kale on pizzas, but they did use it to decorate their salad bars. McDonald's Filet-O-Fish came out in 1962. It was meant for Catholics to consume during Lent who didn't eat meat on Fridays. Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's, is more than a fast food giant. He started the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption in 1992. This was close to his heart since he was also adopted. The Queen of England is most likely the most famous McDonald's franchise owner. Her Crown Estate is home to the fast food chain along with castles and race courses. In 2015, you could purchase a limited edition cologne from Burger King in Japan. This cologne was described as a scent of seduction with a hint of flame-broiled meat. I'm sure that made some mouths water. If you ever find yourself in Lindvallen, Sweden, make sure you stop in at the McDonald's there. It has been home to the Ski Through franchise since 1996. Australia is not the only place that Burger King has ran into another restaurant with the same name. There is a Burger King in Mattoon, Illinois that has no relation to the big burger chain, but they trademarked their name in 1960. The Guinness World Record held for the most Big Macs eaten belongs to an American named Donald Gorski. He has eaten one of the burgers at least once a day since May 17, 1972. As of 2016, he's consumed 28,788 Big Macs over the course of his life, and he's had one in every state. Every day, 1% of the global population eats at McDonald's. That's approximately 69 million people, with 75 burgers being sold every second on average. Any guesses on the largest fast food chain in the world? Most people will probably say McDonald's, but it's actually Subway. In 2017, there were 44,608 Subway locations worldwide. McDonald's had only 36,899 locations worldwide, according to their 2016 statistics. If you live in Hong Kong and you're searching for the perfect wedding venue, then look no further than McDonald's. For around $10,000, you can have your ceremony and festivities in the form of a Love Forever party. So that's going to do it for today's video on fast food. I hope you enjoyed these little surprising facts and perhaps you can impress your family and friends with this knowledge. Thank you so much for watching.